welcome to our New Year's celebration press conference, in which we will announce a new way to drop the MoonPie in Mobile. And we will have a number of people speaking with you this morning. But the first person that will be talking to you is the person who 2 years ago had a vision for this. And when he first started with this vision, everyone said, well, that doesn't really sound good. We don't know if we want to do that. It wound up being extremely successful. And from afar, Dr. Bronner was also monitoring this and watching how Fred stepped up and insisted that we do something for the New Year's celebration, and it wound up on CNN and many other media outlets. So it really became something that was big throughout the country and very big in Mobile. I was just mentioning that our first celebration had to be one of the coldest nights in Mobile, and we drew over 10,000 people on that night. So we knew then that there was a lot of interest in what was taking place, and I think the credit for that vision and the push behind that is from Councilman Richardson, who's the Vice President of our City Council, and I want to ask him if he will come first and make some remarks concerning today.
Wow, last time I looked out there, we didn't have this many people. You look good out there. I appreciate all of you coming. Today is truly a defining moment for our city, because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the minds of our citizens what Dr. Bronner and RSA have in store for the city of Mobile on New Year's Eve night. But they'll know when this day is over. It is indeed rewarding to be a part of a celebration that highlights the very best Mobile has to offer during carnival season, the MoonPie. Our New Year's Eve celebration, featuring the renowned MoonPie over Mobile, has set off MoonPie mania in Mobile. Not only in Mobile, but in our state, and indeed throughout the whole Central Time Zone. The fact of the matter is, there is nothing like it in America. Today's announcement will take us to a level that would ensure Mobile, Alabama, that we have cornered the market on creativity. Our ultimate goal, however, is to create an event that will draw thousands of our citizens, visitors from far and near, into our city. MoonPie Mania will do that for us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to present to you Dr. David Bronner, the esteemed CEO of Retirement Systems of Alabama, a man whom myself and indeed the 200,000 citizens of the city of Mobile owe a tremendous debt of gratitude. He has transformed the landscape of our city, our state, and through his bold leadership and commitment to redevelopment. He is the man whose time and destiny this day has met in the city of Mobile, Alabama. Dr. David Bronner.
Thank you. What we're going to do is I'm going to talk, but we got to have my co-partner in this, Mr. Campbell, who's going to talk about the MoonPie and things like that. But really, my only thought is it's fun to support leaders who care about our state. It's fun to work with people that have vision. And it's really sort of an interesting idea that Fred came up with. And as I told somebody, I thought he was as goofy as I am. And then I said, well, hell, it must be good if he came with this thought process. And really, it's an idea that we'll show you in just a second, but we want one more speaker to talk. And that is that what we wanted to put together is something that the city could be proud of, something that was unique to the state of Alabama, unique to Mobile, and really unique to the country. And hopefully what you'll see in a few minutes is you'll see the video of it. And I think it'll be actually better than that, than the video in reality, but it's better than Times Square. I guarantee you that I think it's better than Times Square anyway, but I'm prejudiced like Fred and the mayor. But really all I want to do is I want to welcome the people that make the MoonPie, because hopefully we will be able to get you to open a shop here in town and to make this a destination for people to see 365 days of the year. Because obviously we'll have the permanent MoonPie up, but the part of the concept was that I had in my mind is to say, okay, how do we get more tourists to Mobile? And one of the things that all of you recognize that it becomes very difficult because you're competing city against city and state against state. But when we can say to, for example, the United States Marine Corps, if you make your first visit ever to Mobile, not only do we have a lot of things, but we can put the Marine Corps banner up across this thing just like we do. We're in the, one of the companies the retirement system's involved in is we have the 6th largest billboard company in the United States. But we often take things and put it over a billboard, literally overnight. So to be able to say to 5,000 Marines that'll come to Mobile, here's a display, a patriotic display, red, white, and blue all the way, and with all the effects that you'll see in a minute. This, I think, will generate what I'm after, and that is more and more tourism to the city of Mobile. But anything that I've done thus far, it is always a treat to work with your elected officials in Mobile. It wasn't that way 25 years ago. They used to pull the bridge up when they saw me coming. So it's really fun to work with them. And Mayor, do you want to make the proper introduction here, and then we'll see the video after that?
Sam Campbell from Chattanooga MoonPie has had a huge presence in Mobile. If you didn't see him anywhere else, you saw him coming off the floats. Hundreds of thousands of people, millions of MoonPies for a number of years, used in the parades here in Mobile. And we talked to Sam about this idea. He was excited about this. He's been down several times. This has been a process that's been over a period of time. We hadn't announced anything about the process. I went to Montgomery and talked to Dr. Bronner about this almost a year ago. And Sam has been down, and we've talked about it and the value of this and how we have this connection with Chattanooga MoonPies. So I'm going to ask Sam Campbell if he will come now and make his remarks.
Thank you, Mayor Jones. I'm filled with gratitude and humility because the people of this community have adopted our sweet little MoonPie as their favorite snack. Speaking for our family members and the more than 100 associates at Chattanooga Bakery, I want to offer our appreciation and thanks to Mayor Jones, Councilman Richardson, Dr. Bronner, and your other visionary leaders. In the past 20 years, my hometown, Chattanooga, has done a remarkable job revitalizing our downtown. You are blessed to have such wonderful leadership with such vision. Dr. Bronner and the RSA have stepped up to be the catalyst for rebirth. I can say from experience that this sort of partnership really works. And if our part in this allows us to give our thanks to Mobile and to the region, then we couldn't have better partners than the city of Mobile and the RSA. And I have a very brief presentation for the three men here, a brand new MoonPie time.
I already had one.
This year's New Year's celebration featuring MoonPie Mobile is going to be absolutely extraordinary. I want to first take the time to recognize our sponsors. Our sponsors this year will include the Retirement System of Alabama, Chattanooga Bakeries, International Ship Holding, and also Ruth Chris, represented by David Cooper here. And a special thanks to Pat Law with Flower Fantasies for the beautiful flowers. As you see all around, Flower Fantasies produce this, and they are really exceptional, and will be involved with us throughout this celebration. Also, the entertainment will include the big bands. You're hearing a part of the big bands here with the Excelsior Band that has a huge history in Mobile. You'll hear them and the big bands this year at the celebration, as well as a number of other bands that will be brought in and entertainment that will be brought in that we'll be announcing at a separate date. Not only does this celebration have a permanent home now, but it will symbolize the city of Mobile's bragging rights as the birthplace of Mardi Gras. On behalf of the city of Mobile and all of its citizens, we'd like to thank Dr. Bronner, RSA, Chattanooga Bakeries for believing in Mobile and the economic value of this event as it relates to filling up our hotels, restaurants, and downtown businesses. And I think you'll see a new method of doing that this year. We really plan to make this a huge celebration in Mobile, rivaled only by Bayfest. I think that you will enjoy this, and people will come from all over. I often go to Montgomery and talk to David Bronner about what we can do in Mobile to enhance our development. And he always said that whenever I take down my crane, you need to find somebody to put up another crane. And also, we have to have events that want people to stay in Mobile over one night. That is extremely important. We have to give them something to do while they're here. We have to have restaurants. We have to have entertainment. We have to have other venues that people want to visit. And this contribution by RSA to that end is extremely important to what we are trying to do in downtown Mobile. Starting from our cruise terminal, to the Battle House, to the Riverview, to the Grand Hotel. The Retirement System of Alabama has had a tremendous partnership with Mobile and really made some substantial investments, including the one across the street here, to help us revitalize our downtown. We are grateful. Thank you, Dr. Bronner, for the trust that you put in our community and for the partnership we've had, but more importantly, thank you for your friendship, because without that, a lot of what we've done in downtown Mobile would just not be possible. I spent a week in one of the southern cities that's supposed to be in Tennessee, that's supposed to be a very, very nice city, and so I took time to go to 3 different hotels that were supposed to be very nice hotels. And I was just so impressed that they didn't hold a light to the Battle House or the Riverview. And I mean, I was just amazed. They put me in a hotel that had this big name, I won't call the name, but this big name on it that's supposed to be a national landmark. And when I went into the hotel, I was just really disappointed. When you come in this hotel and you go to the Riverview and you go to the Grand Hotel, there are none better in this country. There are none better in this country. And we can thank RSA for that and their commitment to our city. We are extremely proud of what's happening here today, and we're extremely proud of this tremendous partnership with Chattanooga MoonPie, RSA, all of our sponsors, and this community as a whole. So to us, this is one of the greatest announcements we could have in Mobile. We start with this celebration and move straight on into Mardi Gras. So this celebration actually kicks off the Mardi Gras season for us in Mobile. So we really want to thank you for being here this morning. And I'm going to ask Dr. Bronner and ask Sam Campbell if they will join me, and Fred, and join me in case you have questions that you'd like to ask.
We need to show the video.
And yeah, I think there's a video first, and then we'll take questions.